Greetings, my fellow Trinitarians, and welcome to another Fireside Chat. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend and was able to enjoy some much-needed rest and relaxation. This past week was another amazing one for the Trinity community. Students and faculty enjoyed our homecoming Titan Week as they dressed up for theme days, which culminated in a very exciting pep rally, a beautiful fall festival, and a super fun homecoming hoedown. Congratulations are definitely due to both the varsity volleyball and soccer teams as they both totally dominated the competition this past weekend. I also want to give a great big Titan thank you to John Roberts for planning the week's fun activities, and also to the PTF leaders and parent volunteers who helped set up and monitor all the fun activities during the fall festival. It was definitely a team effort this past week, and the Trinity community, as usual, really came together to make it memorable. I especially want to thank the guy on the stilts at the Fall Festival who stood on those stilts for hours on end, making balloon creations for all of our students. That was truly a labor of love. Looking ahead to this week, I have some good news to share on our seeming endless quest to purchase and install a new 8-classroom modular building for our students in the School of Logic. The good news is that the end of our quest is in sight, and we have made a breakthrough with the Kentucky Department of Education. They have approved moving forward with the purchase. So we will be finalizing the paperwork for the new modular classrooms this week, and the manufacturing of the modular will begin shortly thereafter. We are hoping to have the new classroom building installed and ready to use sometime probably in January of next year. Now, I know this is later than we had hoped, but later is definitely better than never. As you know, it has been a very difficult process to secure this modular classroom unit. I do know that a number of parents with contacts in the Kentucky Department of Education reached out to these people on Trinity's behalf to help speed things along. That helped. Thank you. Those efforts seem to have been effective as we are now poised to move forward with this project almost a year into the planning of it. So praise be to God. Thank you to everyone for your prayers and your patience. I also want to give everyone a quick update on where we are with construction on the new Cowan campus. I am very happy to report that all of the civil site work has been completed and the site is now ready for construction. We did have a bit of a delay getting the construction plans completed, but these have now been put out for bid and we are ready to begin awarding contracts for the construction of the various parts of the project. That should begin this week and you will see more in the weeks to come. This is definitely an exciting part of the school as we will begin to see actual work on the new building in the weeks and months ahead. Building a new campus is certainly exciting, but I do want to be honest that we still have a lot of hurdles ahead. The biggest hurdle will be securing the necessary funding to keep the project going while meeting our timeline for having the building ready to go for the 2023-2024 school year. While our contractors are hopeful that they can meet this timeline, there are still a lot of unknowns with supply chain issues that could delay the project. This is also the biggest and the most expensive project ever conducted in Trinity's over 30-year history. Taking this step is a true act of faith, and I do want to commend the Trinity Board for their courage in staying the course. God has blessed Trinity with enough capital to begin this project through the sale of some of the land and through the generosity of donors who helped us raise over $1 million in pledges a few years ago before COVID delayed everything. But we are still a long way from having enough capital to actually finish the project. Now, everyone knows that construction costs have gone up substantially over the past few years, and this is one of our biggest hurdles. Trinity has the capacity to finance some of this project through our normal operational budget, but our ability to actually secure the necessary financing from the bank and our ability to cover the gap between what we can finance and the actual cost to finish all the construction on time, this will depend a great deal on the amount of financial support that we can secure through our capital fundraising efforts. Now, we want to do this fundraising part well and in a very professional way. And so the Trinity Board has secured the services of an experienced, objective fundraising counsel to help us relaunch our capital campaign for this project. This week and next, our consultants will be meeting with Trinity families to help conduct a feasibility study to basically gauge our potential for raising capital within the Trinity community. We will also be taking our case for support outside the Trinity community in the weeks and months to come. At this point, we are anticipating the need to raise around $4.5 million in capital pledges to complete the first phase of the campus. And we will definitely need to secure these pledges in a fairly compressed timeline. So please be in prayer for us as we re-embark on this fundraising journey. Pray that God would bless these efforts and that he would open up his storehouse and pour out his blessing on the Trinity community. Pray also for the donors who will be contributing to this project. Pray that they too would be transformed, that their hearts would be made rich toward God through their generous and sacrificial giving toward his kingdom advancement. Pray also for the construction teams, that they will be on time and safe in building our new campus, and also for the material supply chains, that they would remain open. And finally, pray that God would use this new campus for his glory through the discipleship and the transformation of the next generation of saints. So until next time, stay curious and have a great week.